It was nirvana. It was a feeling that I've never felt before, I had felt that feeling before. Let me fix that. My 5-MeO journey, when I exploded into love, light, forever, energy, and was at absolute bliss with Source, that's how I felt. And it was, for lack of a better word, orgasmic times infinity. And I remember being cuddled up in my little blankets and sleeping bags under the moon, and I'm like, is it okay to feel like this? It's the Puritan in me, like I'm Amish or something, but I had some guilt. I'm like, I can't, you're not allowed to feel this good. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the Max Afterburner podcast, sponsored, powered, brought to you by the No Fallen Heroes universe, man. I'm just full of gratitude, hope, joy, relief, all sorts of stuff, man. This morning, leaving hot yoga, got a text from Melissa at the Psychedelic Medicine Coalition. Hey, congrats on your win. Like, what are you talking about? I completely forgot that last night at the down in Miami at the big Wonderland, the industry event in the psychedelic and healing space, that the No Fallen Heroes Foundation was nominated as nonprofit of the year. And wow, just absolutely blown away. So somebody sent me a picture of the screen with it up there, and absolutely incredible. Thank you to from the bottom of my heart to everybody who voted for the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. I'm blown away. I know I sound like a cheesy actor, but it's the truth. We were honored just to be nominated. That me not going to the award ceremony last night was kind of tells you that I didn't expect to win, or otherwise I probably should have gone. So thank you. Man, what a long, strange trip it's been from 3 years ago, initially, when we thought, hey, that's an industry leading event. Maybe we should go to the event. And I think they were asking for $15,000 to be a sponsor, or so we went from, I'm like, $15,000? Are you insane? I can send 3 veterans to Mexico or Costa Rica and save their lives. I'm like, we're good. No, we can't afford that. Why would we spend money on something like that? And then 3 years later, we're up on the big stage, getting the nonprofit of the year. So, lesson learned: keep your mouth guard in, your chin strap fastened, and if you play hockey, a neck guard on, and just keep doing what you're doing. This prestigious win doesn't alter our operations, our battle rhythm. If anything, it makes me want to work harder. So again, thank you to everybody. I'm blown away. I didn't expect to kick off this podcast with that, but here we are. So what an incredible day, and Veterans Day. I'm heading down to Wonderland. I plan to be down there for Veterans Day at I think we're opening at 8:30. Myself, General Zanakis, are doing the opening comments down at Wonderland in Miami, and then I'm on a panel at 11 or 12, I forget, with other veterans and stuff like that. So really looking forward to being down in Miami tomorrow for Veterans Day. And so that was really cool to win. So my phone's blowing up, and I want to thank everybody, all of you who supported the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, from donors to anybody who's helped us get the word out, to help us put the ladder down, to help our fellow veterans and first responders and their families heal. I got a text from my guide, Cynthia, out in California, man, she sent me a text. 4 LA Sheriff's employees die by suicide within a 24-hour period. 4 members of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Completely separate incidents, 4 suicides with our first responders. It's just, it's devastating, the mental health crisis in the United States. And you guys know me, it ain't getting any better. Well, it is getting better. The rise of psychedelic assisted therapy, healing, all different modalities of healing. You guys know me, the chart of the United States and the world is going straight down. Here's the rise of this stuff. The rise of this stuff. Listen to me. Sound like I'm a true Western idiot. The stuff, these medicines have been used for thousands and thousands of years. And in the West, we're acting like, hey, look what we just found. So, some pretty cool other developments. Today, we have launched with Mental Joe, man. Love Chad and Carrie and everything they're doing at Mental Joe. We launched the first round of our merchandise, man. Right here, Maverick Mind. So go to the No Fallen Heroes website, nofallenheroes.com, to grab your Maverick Mind t-shirt, or look at that hoodie, man. For all the ladies out there, it's hoodie season, right? So there you go. Look at that hoodie, man. Going to the Panthers game tonight. It is Veteran Appreciation Night at the Panthers, so I've invited a ton of folks to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation suite. So we're going to have a good time at the Panthers game tonight. But I bring that up because I will be wearing my Maverick Mind hoodie at the Panthers game. So you can get a hoodie or you can get a t-shirt. Go to nofallenheroes.com or on Mental Joe's website. I think it says like fighter pilot, shirt. All proceeds for all merchandise sale goes right over the fence to a vet, first responder, or family member's grant, period. So wear something cool, help save a life. So that's really exciting. Now, in parallel, I can't believe these past couple of days. This is why I'm being careful with my words, because I'm just kind of blown away and staggered with everything that's happening so quickly. Today, we're also launching, or actually tomorrow, Veterans Day, our joint venture, our strategic partnership between No Fallen Heroes LLC, a for-profit, and My Crew Doses Inc. BJ, Dr. Jeremy, Carbomb, Carcillo, Commodore Carcillo, and the No Fallen Heroes company strategic partnership. We are launching the Maverick Mind supplement product line. AM Brief, Cat Shot, and Night Trap. I can't wait for y'all to try these. I think the link's up. You can pre-order or order. I mean, I've used all these. It has absolutely helped save and change my life, these supplements. 100% natural, 100% legal. For those of you sitting here like, can I take? Yeah, man, nobody's out there doing any of these type of supplements with illegal products in them. So, however, when, not if, psilocybin is legal for therapeutic use in a small amount to microdose, we will be that company that is that afternoon where you can buy our products. Until that moment, 100% legal, all the other products, folks, from Amanita, nootropics. I'll get you the whole ingredient list, but the morning brief, man, it's all right there to get your day started. Cat Shot mid-afternoon, nice energy pickup. And then, man, it's time to come back aboard the boat at the end of the day for your Night Trap. Man, I sleep. I've had sleep problems for years. Once I started doing the medicine work, that kind of went away. And the Night Trap product, boom, icing on the cake. I wake up. I don't wake up miserable. I wake up refreshed and literally wash my face, brush my teeth, back in bed to meditate, man. and to get the day started. So the Maverick Mind product line, a portion of every sale is going over the fence to the nonprofit. Okay, so to be very clear, always want clarity, right? No Fallen Heroes Foundation is an IRS approved 501c3. Period. All the donations, tax deductible, all that good stuff. No Fallen Heroes LLC is a for-profit. Kind of like MAPS, right? You all know Rick Doblin at MAPS. MAPS is the Multidisciplinary Association of Psychedelic Science. And then they have MAPS PBC, MAPS Public Benefit Corporation. So MAPS is a nonprofit, and then MAPS PBC is a for-profit. Why? You kind of need a for-profit to make some money so you can throw it over to the fence into the nonprofit. It's really interesting because this is, I don't want to offend anybody, but it shouldn't be taken out as offense to everybody. This is an observation. When I ask folks to donate to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation to provide healing grants for our vets, first responders, and their families, it's tough. Okay, it really doesn't. I don't know. You know, I'm a fighter pilot and I'm fucking awesome at everything. Just ask me. I am horrible at apparently raising money for a nonprofit. It's just tough. Susie and I, the Buckley family, we've kind of been self-funding because I either suck at it or it's a tough environment for people to donate. I just don't get it. However, when I bring up potential business opportunities, Healing Realty Trust, Skipper Joe Caltabiano, Cody and Daniel, President, COO. When, Daniel opening a healing clinic in Oregon, 8,000 people on the waiting list, or the entertainment division of No Fallen Heroes with our 2-hour flight to fight veteran suicide, and No Fallen Heroes Extraction episodic series. When I brief people on those things, dude, fucking money comes flying in the door. So I get it. So the business opportunities in this space, people jump at, which is great because those, and Joe and Cody and Daniel will tell you with Healing Realty Trust, the No Fallen Heroes Foundation is going to be one of our main nonprofit beneficiaries, right? The No Fallen Heroes Foundation, we're going to start sending some of our healing grant recipients to the Colorado retreat. So it's kind of it's an echo verse, but healing should be free. It is free. You can grow your own mushrooms in your yard. You can get some iboga. You can do some good work, folks. But until that time, literally when people are kind of doing all this stuff on their own, we got to make some money to be able to put it in the nonprofit. So I have zero qualms about saying that, but I will always disclose, hey man, this is a for-profit entity, No Fallen Heroes LLC, and the nonprofit, No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Okay, everybody good on that. So Maverick Mind product, joint venture with Microdoses and No Fallen Heroes LLC, portion of the sales into the foundation. So I don't need the money. You guys know me, man. I'm not a pharaoh. We ain't putting it all in your casket and you're taking it taking it with you, man. It'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. So I love making money. Trust me, I love trading. We had a great week of trading. Love trading. I love the feeling even more throwing that over the fence and getting a text, Whiz, I don't want to kill myself anymore, or going to Colorado and holding space for incredible heroes as I witness their healing. I've got to tell you something funny as shit that happened in Colorado. I forgot about this. 2 things. Let me write this stuff down before I forget. We're going to talk about the golden ticket, and now we are going to talk about the hunt for Red October. Couple times on this podcast, or in general, some of you might have heard me rant about Uncle Sam, right? On the medicine in Colorado, I saw nothing but souls. I didn't see shells, ego. I didn't see race, sex, creed, political persuasion, nationality. I saw souls. All the souls at the retreat, too. All one. And then I don't know how I transitioned out of that, but I transitioned to, I swear, man, and I believe I was, and that might sound so dumb to you. Doesn't matter to me. I was in southern Israel. I was in Gaza. And it was a horror to see souls killing each other. Perfect souls. When you start to see people as souls, man, you see the horror of war, of racism, of poverty, of violence, of crime. Unpopular take. I've said this a couple times, and I'm going to manifest it. You know who needs really to do the medicine? Criminals. I think part of a parole process, these people should be taken on a healing retreat, man. Show them who they truly are inside. Not this shit. Not what their product or choices or who they truly are. I guarantee you, we would empty. There's a revolving door between leaving prison and going back in, man. The rate of recidivism is high. I guarantee you if we clean some of these people up, especially with the addictions. You got an addiction problem? I got some ibogaine for you. Addiction problem gone. Fentanyl crisis, opioid crisis in this country. Thank God for the bluegrass state of Kentucky getting shit done with ibogaine and these healing medicines. Well done. Very well done. Back to the hunt for Red October. But it's comical to me. So wait a minute, Whiz. You did some medicine that makes you love everyone, regardless of their country, creed, color, race, sex, political persuasion. Yeah, man. And you don't want to pick up a rifle and fly to the other side of the world and kill these people. No, I don't. Well, that's clearly subversive and anti-American, and that's illegal. I ain't no Timothy Leary, folks, but do you know your history of this stuff? Read How to Change Your Mind. Watch the Netflix series, How to Change Your Mind. You can binge watch it. It's only 4 episodes. 60s, 70s, doing these medicines. People are like, are you kidding me? We love each other. We should love each other. We do love each other. You want me to go to the other, let me channel my inner Springsteen, to go and kill the yellow man? I don't want to do that. Oh, well, then you're a criminal. And whatever substance made you feel good and love people is even more criminal. The history of this country with these medicines is a disgrace. Thank you, Big Pharma. Thank you, alcohol lobby and companies. And thank you, Big Tobacco. You guys are super awesome. Back to the hunt for Red October, Colorado edition. Love the hunt for Red October. Last movie I could stomach seeing Alec Baldwin in. I want it to be known to the world that my well-regulated militia that I have in my safe that I've had for most of my adult life has killed less people than Alec Baldwin. Great movie, Hunt for Red October. Classic scene coming up. Back to the DEA and the government. On this podcast, or maybe just in rants, you've heard me say, you know what? DEA, FBI, ATF, alphabet agency here. Why don't you guys raid? Why don't you go raid a veteran or first responders healing retreat. Why don't you go raid your brothers and sisters trying to heal? I've said that tongue in cheek a couple times, and I'm like, if that happened, I'd never have to fundraise. Maybe that's my shitty fundraising skills would be made up for by a government raid of people trying to heal themselves. Heroes who served this country. That would be fantastic. So, you ready for this? Fire ceremony, Friday night in Colorado. Legal on a state level in Colorado, but illegal on a federal level, right? For all the reasons we said. Fire ceremony, Friday night. It's dark. We're out in the middle of nowhere, man. Now I'm going to shift back to the Hunt for Red October. In a famous scene, the captain is in the wardroom with all the officers. They got rid of Tim Curry, right? Rocky Horror Picture Show. They told the doctor to go take a look at some radiation numbers. So the doctor, who wasn't in on the defection scheme, they booted him. With the officer sitting there and Sean Connery. I love my Sean Connery look, by the way, right? A little salt and pepper in the beard. I think he looks like me. He's chewing on his fish, it looks like, and drinking his tea. And the officers are starting to panic a little bit. Holy shit, man! They're coming after us, and maybe let's go back. Let's go back. Throw ourselves on the mercy of the Soviet, admirals, and they'll take us back. And Sean Connery stopped his chewing and said, that will be impossible. Before we sailed, I sent a letter to Admiral Padoran notifying him of our intention to defect. And all the officers around the table, you could hear a pin drop. And he goes, "More tea, anyone?" Right? And then the one guy's like, "Captain, you sealed our death warrants. Why did you do that?" And he said, "When Cortez got to the New World, he burned his ships so his men would be properly motivated." Classic scene. Love Sean Connery. I love the XO. I forget his name. The guy who gets shot and would love to have seen Montana. And I forget the other guy's name, the lieutenant or whatever. He's like, "So, Yuri, you're worried?" Well, you should be. I personally give us one chance in 3. Great scene, folks. The fuck does the Hunt for Red October have to do with Colorado? Fire circle, getting dark. No, not another human around except for our bonfire and the magic that's about to take place. At the beginning of the ranch, at the end of the long, dusty dirt road, a big-ass van starts barreling down the road like a SWAT-looking van. It's darkish, but you can kind of see. I'm like, and everybody's sitting there like, what the actual fuck? And this van's kind of hauling ass towards us. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, son of a bitch, Whiz. Your manifestation skills are on point. This van comes right up about 30 feet away to the main house from our fire circle and kind of turns around as I see it in the firelight. Fucking FedEx guy gets out, a little uniform, runs into the main house to drop off a package, comes out, kind of looks at us, half wave, hops in his van and takes off. Friday night, dark Colorado ranch delivery. I shit you negative, folks. I was like, oh my God. So it was a little Hunt for Red October moment, man. People were looking. I'm like, dude, trust me, I did not call the DEA or the FBI. Like, hey, come. Yeah, Admiral Padoran. I was not going to send a letter to any of those. So it was. I forgot to share that with you on my last debrief, man. That was pretty damn funny. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening right now? FedEx, dude. Well done, Fred Smith. Well played. So that was awesome. Still integrating. Still getting downloads from this experience. Blessed. The ibogaine, I hate comparing medicine journeys, but I will tell you the ibogaine was definitely an internal me and spirit, me and God, and there was some, hey, lift your eye shades up. There's Marcus. There's JT. JT's in it. Holy shit. Little purge right there. Eye shades back on. Me and God. Definitely a lot more community on that last journey. As real as this microphone, my Maverick Mind fighter shirt that you can get with the hoodie. Oh, and by the way, if you want a hat, this Gucci No Fallen Heroes Foundation hat, shoot Susie an email, susie@nofallenheroes.com. Until we get like a legit merch store up, she's just doing these one off at a time. These are pretty damn cool. AJ Buckley, brother from another mother, County Cork, Ireland. He's wearing this on SEAL Team this season. Sonny Quinn, his character. AJ's on our board. Love my brother AJ. So email Susie at nofallenheroes.com and she'll hook you up with one of these for a donation. Definitely. It's so funny because I have some pregnant pauses here, mainly because I had dental surgery and it really hurts. Also because it's interesting that I have a little trepidation about talking like this, or, it is. It's ego. I don't know how it's going to come across, so I'm just going to do it. How about that? This is how I put the ladder down. This is how. There ain't nothing but truth, right? There's nothing but truth. Truth shall set you free. My God, what a no truer statement. Here it goes. At a point during that last journey, I felt absolute. I don't even know the word, right? The word is bird. Family Guy. The word is ineffable, right? SAT word. Look it up, or I'll give you the definition. You can't put it into words. So this feeling that I'm trying to express to you is ineffable, but I will try. There was a moment, might not have been a moment. It might have been an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. I don't know. Where I was connected to everybody in that group. I feel like everybody in the world necessarily. I felt not only connection to everybody in that group, to my family, blood family, but also that family, my new tribe that was there. And again, I'm hesitating, but I'm just going to let it fly. It was nirvana. It was a feeling that I've never felt before, I had felt that feeling before. Let me fix that. My 5-MeO journey, when I exploded into love, light, forever, energy, and was at absolute bliss with Source, that's how I felt. And it was, for lack of a better word, orgasmic times infinity. And I remember being cuddled up in my little blankets and sleeping bags under the moon, and I'm like, is it okay to feel like this? It's the Puritan in me, like I'm Amish or something. But I had some guilt. I'm like, I can't. You're not allowed to feel this good. And I'm crying, and I was resisting feeling connected to everybody, and this feeling of absolute nirvana. I swear, at one point I thought I had died, not in a bad way. But there was also a little ego moment that's like, dude, I'm not, no. I got to get home. I love my family. I'm not I want to live. Somewhere in there, I knew, I'm like, dude, you're in Colorado. You got a ticket to go home Tuesday. But when you're in it, man. But this moment of absolute nirvana, and I remember being, again, resisting it. I'm like, dude, you can't. It's a little weird that this is perfect. And then, I don't know if it was my father, my sister, God. Let go, son. Even though I had a little bit like, dude, did I die and nobody told me? This is legit, man. I'm not going to say that was dark. That was a challenge, man. There was no darkness. The only darkness was the war and seeing people killing each other. That was dark. That was a horror. But again, whenever anybody says, "Oh, I had a really tough time or dark time," I'm like, no. Let's dig. Ain't no tough or dark time. You got to dig into it and find the why behind it. The why behind it was like, well, Whiz, you got to fight for peace. Convince people to stop this killing, man. To see each other as souls. I got that part. So any darkness turned into light. But there was a moment where something kind of said, just let go. Just let go for a little bit. I felt like God, the Father, right, kind of out of the nest. Just trust me, son. I'll catch you. But I'm not going to need to. And I did. And I let go. And man, oh man. It was perfect. It was perfect. And I remember going, I got it. I think Brent did the same thing. This is what's creepy, man. I thought we were all like kind of going through the same things at the same time. I got a debrief with my tribe, and I'm like, wait, did I say that? And I'm like, no, and I come out of my little cocoon. I'm like, no, other people are saying this at the same time. I'm like, I got it. Message received. And it was so cool because you guys know, in my 5-MeO experience the first time, it answered a question. This answered the question. I didn't need another answer, but it was confirmation. Because, like I said, I think I'm going to knock the rust off. You know, Marcus called me literally when I was out there like, hey, man, you up for February? I'm like, dude, I think I'm good now. Like an annual knock the rust off. An annual knock the rust off ain't a lot, folks. People are like, oh, you seem to do this often. I'm like, are you insane? No. And it's work. But, man, it answered a question. I always wondered, is my dad bored? Is Monica bored? Or my buddy Eric Swede? Are they bored in heaven? Are they just hanging out, looking at the watch going, the fuck is everybody? No. I remember, and I told Nicole this, I was like straddling worlds. I was in another dimension. And then there's the house, there's the fire. I'm like, I had one foot in each. I remember kind of looking over my shoulder back into perfection. And there was no time. This is why I'm telling you, I don't know if that was a minute, an hour, 2 hours. Time is a human construct. Karl Marx will tell you that time was invented by the watchmaking companies, right? So we made up time. But when I was in it, it was forever. So it's so weird to sit here in a podcast studio in God's waiting room, Boca Raton, and go, it was forever, and you didn't, it was forever. Because right now I'm like, no, there's got to be this feeling when you're in it, like, dude, is this going to end? No, when I was in it, purely in it, it was nirvana, it was perfection, and I had no sense of past or future. So hard to wrap your head around that. I understand that. If you've done medicine work, you're probably sitting here going, yeah, it's exactly right. So again, you really probably don't want to hear pilots talking like this, like, I have no fear of death. Don't get me wrong, man. I don't want to go. I love my family. I want grandkids. I want to be old and cranky and yell at people to get off my yard. Not going anywhere too soon. What I'm saying is my fear of death. This is why Johns Hopkins, fellow nominee for Hospital or Medical Center of the Year or whatever, they won. So No Fallen Heroes Foundation, Flying Formation with Johns Hopkins. Congrats, Dr. Matthew Johnson, on just the Johns Hopkins crew. I bring that up because they did a psilocybin study of stage 4 cancer patients. My mom, stage 4 cancer, non-smoking lung cancer. 85% of the respondents, the attendees, the people in this psilocybin study, stage 4 cancer, after one psilocybin treatment, had no fear of death. Their quality of life went through the roof. Because you talk to stage 4 cancer folks who haven't done this, they're miserable. Many are miserable, fearful of what's coming, can't enjoy life, waiting for the end. You're telling me, I didn't say 8, I didn't say 5, I said 85. Hell, man, if they said 25% saw an increase in happiness or whatever, I'd be like, legalize this shit. 85. Thank you, Johns Hopkins. So it was, I was about to say really weird. It wasn't really weird. When I was in it, it was pure nirvana, connected to everybody, and it was perfection. Guess what? That's kind of the truth. This could be pure nirvana, and we are all connected. We got Israelis killing Palestinians. We have Palestinians killing Israelis. We have Russians killing Ukrainians. We have Ukrainians killing Russians. We have Americans killing Iranian proxies. We have Iranian proxies. Not successful yet. We did it, Joe. In the past month, over 50 attacks against U.S. forces in the Middle East. Yesterday, Mumbles McShitty Pants orders a section, 2 F-15 Strike Eagles to drop a couple bombs on a garage. Are you fucking kidding me, Joe and Kamala? And Secretary of Defense Austin. And the new Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, another quota diversity hire. An absolute embarrassment. Ronald Reagan is spinning in his grave. Over 4 dozen military personnel in the region have been injured, half with traumatic brain injury. Since the 2 F-15s attacked 24 hours ago, 5 additional attacks. I'm old enough to remember when a bunch of Libyan agents, a couple Libyan agents, put a bomb in a disco. That's how long ago this was and how old I am. A discotheque in Berlin. I think it killed one, maybe killed or wounded. Sorry about my history. Google it. Either killed one or wounded one, maybe killed. It was this is where U.S. service personnel went in Germany. After a little bit of an investigation, they went to President Reagan and said, "Sir, we have high confidence that Libyan agents placed this bomb in this discotheque to kill American servicemen." Ronald fucking Reagan sent, I don't know how many carrier battle groups into the Gulf of Sidra. And our allies, the cheese-eating surrender monkeys in France, wouldn't let Reagan fly bombers from London over France to get to Libya. So they had to take off out of Great Britain or London or Britain, whatever it's called, south into the, through the Med around France. And we bombed the fuck out of Libya and Muammar Gaddafi. You didn't hear from that guy again for 3 or 4 decades until Obama Clinton. Separate story. Killed or wounded one of our service personnel in the discotheque. Joe Biden, Kamala, 55 attacks in the past month against our forces in the region. And these jackwads have the gall to look us dead in the eye and say, yeah, and these aren't related to the October 7th attack at all. I don't know if that's good or bad. Clearly it's bad because it just makes them look like the jackasses they are. By coddling Iran, Barack Hussein Obama, in the middle of the night, sent pallets of euros, not dollars, because dollars would have been illegal, pallets of euros on unmarked civilian airplanes to the mullahs to get some hostages released. Way to go, Barack. What happened? Well, we tried to get a nuke deal after that. How'd that work out? Oh, and by the way, they took more hostages. So this time, in Obama's third presidency under Joe Biden, $6 billion last month or 2 months ago to get 6 hostages released. As we were signing the ink to wire the $6 billion to Qatar, they were planning this fucking attack against Israel and Americans. Last count, radical Islamic terrorists killed 31 Americans. I don't know how many are captured or being held in custody and being tortured. I've been stationed in the Middle East. I lived in the Middle East. I flew combat sorties over Iraq in the Middle East. These people do not understand anything other than force. Negotiation, can't we all get along, Rodney King style, is nothing but weakness to them. They throw homosexuals off rooftops, folks. The dumbest people I've seen in the United States, and there's a lot of them, are at these pro-Palestinian rallies. Queers for Palestine. I'll buy you a ticket to Palestine. You want to see what they think of you? It's funny to see. It's not funny, but you see the counter-protesters like, that's an abomination in Islam and we'll kill you. What? Calling for a ceasefire, calling for a pause. Do you imagine doing that after 9/11? It's an absolute disgrace. I stopped. I can't watch this shit, man, especially after doing the medicine work. I've seen what the Hamas terrorists did. And let's make a distinction here, right? For all you on the left who support the Palestinians, right? In World War II, folks, would you be saying, oh, I support the Germans, but not the Nazis, the people who are running the country? Let's stick with that analogy. I haven't seen one protest. I live in God's waiting room, Boca Raton. I watch the news. I haven't seen one pro-Palestine protest that says, we hate Hamas. Hamas has to go. Any of that. So you cannot, because some people try and say, well, Hamas is, hey man, Israel left the Gaza in what, 05, 07, 05, one of them. They've been gone for 15 years, man. You elected Hamas. And instead of building their own water, electricity grids and schools, they fucking dug tunnels and bought weapons, biding their time to kill children, burn children, put them in ovens. Sound familiar? Dress in Israeli IDF uniforms. Go to a peace conference where people were doing psychedelics and murder them. And now you're saying, please stop. It is very hard to separate the Palestinian people from Hamas. Pick up a fucking weapon and overthrow your government. We started the United States. Bunch of farmers overthrew a king. The British Army. What happened in France? Let's stick with the World War II analogy. What happened in France, folks? Well, the Vichy French, cheese-eating surrender monkeys, surrendered to the Nazis and became puppets. What did real Frenchmen do? The resistance. They killed. They fought. Charles de Gaulle in exile. And you know what they did? They won. So don't give me this bullshit about I can be pro-Palestine and against Hamas. I haven't seen one sign. I haven't seen the chick from Monsters Inc., who's a congresswoman, who's a disgrace, Tlaib. Let that stand. If you are pro-Palestinian, condemn Hamas. Call them murdering terrorists. You can't. So don't give me this bullshit. I support the German people, but not the Nazis. The German people supported the Nazis, folks. Oh, it was a tough environment. Fucking leave. It's an open-air prison. It's an open-air prison surrounded by 23 other Arab countries. Israel's takes up a postage stamp surrounded by this entire table of Arab countries. They're the colonizers? Okay. And the idiot UN chief, man, who might as well just be a Hamas supporter. The UN made Israel, you jackwad. Your organization made the state of Israel. Unbelievable what's going on. Netanyahu's gone. The dude fucked up. Oh, geez, Hamas has been quiet for a while. I think they really do want peace. Absolute asleep at the switch. Our intelligence agencies asleep. Israel asleep. You see the Hamas leadership living in gutter. One of them's worth $4 billion. Others like $5 billion. These billionaire Hamas leaders that don't even live with their people. They live in gutter in the Four Seasons. Hey, Four Seasons. You support having terrorists? Osama bin Laden killed 3,000 Americans on 9/11. According to the Four Seasons, it would be just fine with them if they stayed in the Four Seasons in gutter. I'm blown away. Four Seasons, shame on you. Shame on you. But this makes me weep. Man, my last one, the men who wanted to be left alone. It's got like over 250,000 views on the No Fallen Heroes page and climbing. It's the truth. Just when the men who wanted to be left alone are pushed to the point where now we got to get involved, I'm going to hate you for doing that to me. This is why I'm begging, pleading, kicking, crying to stop before it's too late. These medicines can turn warriors into peacemakers. But if we don't get there, man, it's going to be incredibly ugly. How about idiots like Nikki Haley? We need to take, 2 million Gazans into America. Are you fucking high? There's 23 Arab countries surrounding Gaza. What the fuck are they doing? We've had 8 million foreigners invade this country in the past 3 years under Mumbles McShitty Pants. Tens of thousands of terrorists, I guarantee you, are in this country. Hezbollah up in the north of Israel has a massive operation in Mexico. Google it. But with a straight face, Joe, Kamala, Secretary Mayorkas at the Homeland Secretary, they'll tell you with a straight face the border is secure. If you ain't armed, I pity you. You might end up as a bullet sponge someday. If you saw what happened in Israel, Hamas terrorists just walking through neighborhoods. See it. I saw a minivan driving down the street. Hamas guy walks out, gets on his knee with an RPG and puts an RPG right into a van full of Israeli civilians. Oh, but Israel's committing war crimes. What do you call all that? No. It's now Israel's the bad person. I do not believe in a disproportionate response. If you brought something upon yourself, you deserve all of it. Israel goes out of its way to avoid civilian casualties, folks. If you don't believe that, you're literally an idiot. It makes no sense. Matter of fact, today I was reading that the Israelis have surrounded like 4 hospitals in Gaza. Why? Because they're on top of Hamas command centers. These cowards, these pieces of shit, hide behind women and children. Give me any of your bullshit about a war crime. You want to talk about war crimes? We firebombed Germany. 250,000 Germans we incinerated in Dresden. General Curtis LeMay in the Pacific firebombed Japan. Dropping the nukes was like literally kicking a homeless guy on the street. Millions. The United States has killed millions of civilians in the past 100 years. You want to talk about war crimes? General Curtis LeMay said, a famous quote, "If we had lost, I would have been tried for a war crime and executed. But we won, so we write the rules." General Righteous Strike Milley, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, who I'm sure is going to go work at a defense contractor, even though he's a failed general. Every general and admiral in the past 20 years in the United States military is a failed general and admiral. Haven't won a fucking war. And here they are plinking, hey, let's take 2 Eagles and bomb a garage. That'll show these people. When Donald J. Trump, love him or hate him, was president, Iranian forces and proxies, I love the term proxy, right? They're Iranians. They attacked some barracks in Iraq. I think a contractor get killed. Again, I forget the important details, even one death, but here's my point. Donald Trump got intel that General Soleimani, the head of the Republican Guard, the Quds Force, a terrorist organization, under UN sanctions, he wasn't even allowed to leave Iran a month before he was in Moscow, pictures and everything. So the UN's a joke. But Donald Trump heard that Soleimani was flying to Iraq to coordinate more attacks on U.S. forces. Donald Trump turned him literally into hair, teeth, and eyeballs in a drone strike. You know what Democrats wanted to do? They wanted to go to the guy's fucking funeral. Google it. You'd think that, Trump killed the Pope. Barack Hussein Obama, when he was president, Google this. He killed Americans in a drone strike. Do you know that? Barack Hussein Obama became the judge, jury, and executioner of some American citizens. Now, you want to talk offline about if you're an American citizen and you pick up a weapon in a foreign country to fight, you lose all your constitutional privileges and you should die? We can have that conversation. The point being is Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon and Blumenthal, a liar about his Vietnam military service. Those 2 guys, I remember them writing op-eds. I remember Democrats coming to Obama's defense, and he should be able to do this. Not saying he shouldn't, but it's against the show me where I have an old copy of the Constitution. Show me a copy of the Constitution where it says the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, is allowed to kill American citizens. Show it to me in there and game on. Nowhere does he have that power. Not saying I don't miss those people he killed and they didn't deserve it. The point being is the law, right? And the point being is how these people react. Obama kills a couple Americans overseas with a drone strike. Oh, well, yeah, brave and stunning. Donald Trump kills the world's #1 terrorist who killed over 600 Marines and soldiers in Iraq, and they go apeshit. You are not serious people if that's who you are. And apparently 81 million of you are. Unfuck your shit, folks, before it's too late. I'm telling you. And I'm warning you. I'm just warning you. This isn't some unhinged rant from an idiot. This is coming from a guy who's healed, but has that twinge over here like, why can't we all heal? Why can't we fix our shit before it's too late? Well, Whiz, the Hunt for Red October, DEA and what you're doing's kind of illegal. Of course it is. Can't be a congressman or a senator without a big check from pharma or alcohol or tobacco or any of that stuff. I'm coming for you. I am absolutely coming for you. It's funny. There's people who's like, dude, you need to. I'm like, I can take care of myself, man. Trust me, I can take care of myself, but seriously, I have to be concerned for my safety. You're speaking truth to power. What are they going to do? Give me a COVID shot? Maybe I'll die of a heart attack. But, man, speaking truth to power, sign me up, man. Let me close with this, because my mission objective, folks, is not to be doing this. Right now, I'd rather be at the beach. Friends and family and enjoying life. I am enjoying life, but my point being is I don't want to be doing this. The No Fallen Heroes Foundation, thank you for Nonprofit of the Year. Thanks. I don't want to do this. Where are you, Congressman, Senator, Mr. President? How about you all? How about you, Mr. President, Madam Vice President? How about you all get your health care from the VA? You want to see the VA get unfornicated in 48 hours? Everybody from the President of the United States down to the lowliest new hire in the federal government, you're all getting your health care from the VA. What? So I shouldn't be doing this. But the way I've seen the VA, the way I've seen the federal government in general trying to help people, the most dangerous words, according to Ronald Reagan, is the sentence, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. So until the day where I am not needed, I'm here. You want me on that wall. You need me on my wall. I'm the guy that rooted for Colonel Nathan Jessup in A Few Good Men. Caffey, Lieutenant Caffey. I mean, Jack, I can say that whole speech, by the way. When I was doing my thespian stage of my life, I had that monologue memorized, man. Love that movie. Love that. My dad and I love watching that movie together, A Few Good Men. And the Kane Mutiny, the original one. Humphrey Bogart, man. Great movie. So, ladies and gentlemen, go to nofallenheroes.com. Get your fighter pilot Maverick Mind t-shirt. Or get your Maverick Mind hoodie. Look at that shit, man. You can order that through Mental Joe. Thank you, Chad, Carrie, for all the work you do to put the ladder down to save veterans and first responders. I love and appreciate both of you. You guys do incredible work. They got other great shit on their website. Go check it out. Mental Joe. All the profits going over the fence to provide healing grants for veterans, first responders, and their families. You want a cool No Fallen Heroes Foundation lid? Susie, S-U-Z-I, at nofallenheroes.com. Throw her an email and say, dude, I want one of those cool Sonny Quinn hats from SEAL Team, or one of those cool Whiz Buckley from No Fallen Heroes Foundation hats. And finally, the Maverick Mind supplement line of products will help save and change your life. That's not bullshit. That's me talking, because Dr. J, the ingredients, I feel great. 100% legal. I feel fantastic. Morning brief, when you get up in the morning. Cat shot, middle of the afternoon, instead of going to Starbucks. Anti-American, anti-Israel, anti-Palestine anyway. Shit, Starbucks is caught up in this. You can't. If you're a corporation, make money for your shareholders and shut up. I'm glad to see all that stuff blowing up in their face. Jamie Dimon. Years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, one of his it was like an 11-page letter to his shareholders. And for 10 of the 11 pages, it said the word stakeholders. And I remember reading it going, what's a stake? I better Google this. I don't know what a stakeholder is. I'm a shareholder. Page 11, like the last paragraph, and we'll try and help our shareholders too. The fuck's a stakeholder, dude? You have a fiduciary duty to your shareholders to make money. You want a friend? Get a dog, Jamie. You will never bow deep enough to the woke mob. I love the fact that now all these left-wing causes are Jeff Bezos. Years ago, when Trump was running for president, somebody asked him at a conference, like, what do you think of Trump? He's like, Trump, I'd put that guy on one of my rockets and blast them into space. Ha, 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 ha. Donald Trump won. Jeff Bezos tweet. Congratulations, Mr. President. We look forward to whatever. Then Joe Biden, I think the day he got inaugurated, Jeff Bezos tweets, Mr. President, so proud of you, and we are standing by Amazon, our fulfillment network. We can get vaccines out across the world. I am here to help you. You couldn't tweet that out the day before, you jackwad? And then what happened? Here we are 3 later. The FTC is going against Amazon because it's a monopoly. Dude, you should never bow to the mob. I'd rather die on my feet than on my knees. And all these limousine liberals, the chickens are coming home to roost, and it couldn't happen to a better group of guys and gals. Enjoy it. As Barack Hussein Obama, a community organizer and one-term senator from Chicago, once said, elections have consequences. So we're enjoying our consequences. Check out Maverick Mind. Get your mind right. Nicole, our director of medicine operations, will be using these products as part of our medicine journey, kind of getting you up to speed, and also obviously during your integration. And obviously, if you're not doing medicine work, these things are going to tune you up. So Maverick Mind, and get your Maverick Mind shirt. Full of gratitude, hope. Had a couple low moments on this podcast, feeling, and I'm going to go meditate after this, because every once in a while when that ego rages, man, I see it. Old me, this would have been a lot worse. New me, I can kind of jump outside and look and go, dude, let that flow like a good Sith, and then get rid of it. And it's gone right now. So full of gratitude and back to feeling hope. Stop killing each other. Start loving each other. And this world's going to be a much better place. Uncle Whiz guarantee. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you're hedged. Grab some Maverick Mind product. Fights on. Namaste. And Basi. Whiz out.